Hi, so for journal number 16, I decided to focus on the question, after watching the video on icons, how important is the artist in creating an icon? How does the art embody meaning, but not as art? Rather, what is the meaning of the icon? So, um, for the first question, how important is the art in creating the icon? In the video, it talked about how important it is to have a painting that does not deliberately distract um, the viewer. So like an icon is an abstract picture. It's not, there's no 3D like the way the iconographer described it is we don't have like pictures of like saints. Like we have them, but then when it's an actual icon, the picture is not distracting because the purpose of it is to direct your attention to the actual saint or the mother of God or the savior. And he describes it as we're viewing these icons with the eyes of our heart. Um, so, like with a photograph, it would be too limiting to express what the icon is supposed to be expressing to us. And so he says that the artistic language of the icon is similar to that of the um, is like the scriptures. It's clear, it's direct, and there's no extra details to um, distract us, or there's no attempt at illusion. And the icon, it's all real, and the icons are all very true. Um, and so, kind of just going back to its real purpose, the purpose isn't to be a beautiful painting. Its beauty is not its purpose. Like the accuracy or the details of the icon is not its purpose. It's more about directing, again, directing your attention to the actual saints or the Mother of God or the Savior. So the icon points to something other than itself. So what it's really is like the depiction of the icon is a minimum amount of detail for a maximum amount of expression. And that's why um, it's important when for the artist when creating the icon to not, I guess, exaggerate things or add unnecessary things. What's important is that the its purpose is again for like the third time directing us towards um, the actual people there, the saint, the mother of God, and the Savior. And something I found interesting about the video in relation to all the paintings of the icons in churches and such is the how they're from the ceiling to the floor, how like the church is like filled with icons, and it's not so much for show as it is to um, when you're in the church to feel like you are. I think it said something about the visible and the invisible, like you're being watched by all the people before you and by these icons, and um like the icon is the visible, but then those who are watching over you are the invisible. I think that's kind of how I understood it. To kind of reiterate the first question, how important is the artist in creating an icon? I'd say very important because the artist has to create like an art, basically like an artistic language. Again, I said this earlier that is like scripture. It's not confusing. It's direct. It's not plain, but it's straightforward and um, there's no extra details. You're not trying to trick anyone. There's no illusion. It's just the icon and what they're directing our attention to.